Hello and welcome back to the KCC channel. I'm Rob, and this video is a special update video to this one that we posted a couple days ago on the channel. If you haven't watched this one yet, head on over, watch this one. It's linked at the top of the description down below. Then come back here and watch this one. Before we start, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when the next video goes live. For a reminder, the original story and this update comes to us from Lazarus Throwaway and was titled, I Came Back from the Dead and Nuked Ex-Fiancé's Life Insurance Money Plans. Let's jump right into the update. Hello everyone, thank you for taking interest in my life. I only want to do one update and lay it all out. Mostly, I just wanted to let people know where I went with my life because a lot of people seem interested. I might answer a few questions in the comments if someone has a burning question. I am not going to say anything about how to disappear because we can't discuss potential crimes on this board, but look up the case of how Jack Barsky, a former KGB spy, entered the US and obtained credentials. Literally millions of undocumented immigrants do this to be able to work for companies in the US as well. Uncle Sam just wants those taxes paid. I'm not sure about the details of the insurance investigation and how they were looking for me, but I never got so much as a phone call from them before I met them in person. I have no intention to try and seek revenge anymore, because I believe violent delights have violent ends now. As far as I am concerned, my ex-fiancé's life is hard enough, and anything else I did would just hurt the kids. After everything blew up with my ex, I left the town and did not reach out to my brother anymore, and even stopped checking up on the situation with my ex. Having no family and friends and starting over in the world is lonely and terrifying, but equally exciting and hopeful. So how did I reset my life upon reaching a new city? Well, I had a lot of money in cash that I used to stay in a motel for a few months while I got all my documents in order and looked for work. Because I thought that my home computer would be searched when I went missing, I could not really plan much of this stuff beforehand. I realized that without a college degree linked to your name, it was difficult to find a job with my skill set. So I decided to just make my own company and post advertisements about setting up custom dispatch software, editing videos and presentations, among other tasks. I only received a few different jobs doing this, and it did not even pay my living expenses. After I did a few jobs for the same company, I made friends with a project manager and got hired at a reasonable salary. To this day, my finances are only about 70% of what I was making before, but I am happy with what I have. I spent a lot of time finding people with similar stories on the internet and eventually got involved with a men going their own way group. We basically just talk crap about women all the time, and the positive feedback loop made me a pretty resentful, misogynistic person. I went so far as making fake accounts to harass women online, so I don't want to go into any more details because I am a bit embarrassed and remorseful now. I got on Tinder and started hooking up with women to make up for lost time. Throwing money around and lying to them became a way of life for me, and I would cheat on basically every woman I got with because I thought they were all doing it too. I got caught and I would pretend like I didn't understand why they were mad with me until they left or tried to forgive me just for me to do it again. Not proud of this either. A couple of years ago, one of the women that I was sleeping with regularly got pregnant and came to me all excited with the news. Now, I immediately accused her of cheating and threw her out of my apartment, and there was just a look of shock on her face. Remember, I thought I was infertile, so in my mind, I just put another thought in her place. I continued to mock her for a bit and even messaged my men going their own way buddies about what I did. I openly confessed to cheating on her and showed her proof. I agreed to a paternity test while she was still pregnant just because I didn't want her to get the courts involved. And I was shocked with the result. I cried and tried to hug her, and she screamed, threw some papers at me, and told me she never wanted to see me again. I went home and drank, happy that I was going to be a dad, for real this time, but sad who I had become. Like I said, I don't want you to root for me because I am not a good person. For the remainder of the pregnancy, she would not even speak to me long enough for me to explain my actions, but I totally understood why. When the baby was born, a girl, I showed up to the hospital to sign the birth certificate and at the same time met with her lawyer, which turned out to be her sister, to go over child support stuff that we had already spoke about. I went for a Hail Mary and offered to sign any paper they wanted if she would just have coffee with me for 30 minutes to explain things. She wanted full custody and generous payments. I never got a lawyer because I just wanted to make amends, and I thought a lawyer would throw up obstacles to try to protect me or my finances. I met with her for coffee, and to my surprise, she let me speak uninterrupted for almost 20 minutes. I did not completely tell her the truth about my past, but she understood why I wanted a paternity test, but did not excuse my behavior in mocking her, throwing her out, and cheating. I signed the papers, but begged her to let me see my daughter and be part of her life. She said that I was unstable and that I needed intensive therapy before that would ever happen. Of course, I obliged to the therapy. I learned a lot in therapy and did a lot of research about the fallout of cheating and whatnot. Turns out, there are a lot of women who have been hurt by cheaters and homewreckers too, and that my view of women was toxic to say the least. I cut it off with my men going their own way buddies because I thought that atmosphere would be a detriment to my progress. I don't want to attack that group because I think there are some good people in that group that are just broken and looking for answers. I think having a baby girl was a real punch in the gut to stop treating women so poorly. I was finally able to see my daughter when she was 7 months old and began supervised visits every other weekend. I had dutifully paid the child support and made every attempt to talk to her mother and try to make amends. One night, after our daughter went to sleep, we got drunk and started kissing, which turned into sex. When we woke up the next morning, she was embarrassed and just asked me to leave, but she made it seem like she kind of wanted to make things work. It took a long time, but we moved in together after she lost her job to the pandemic and are currently living together. Her family hates me, and this has held us back from marriage talk or anything. Hell, I skipped our daughter's second birthday celebration because her lawyer sister didn't want to see me. I hope this turns out well for me, and I know I already have better than I deserve. For now, the pandemic has me working from home, and my girl takes care of our daughter and makes me food and such. She is still suspicious of me and comes into my office to see what I am doing regularly, but I don't mind. For now, I'm just trying to be there for my daughter and try to make it up to her mom. I'm still trying to think of things I can do or say, but for now, I am still in Zoom therapy and just doing my best. I don't think I can ever really tell anyone everything, which is why I decided to tell the strangers of Reddit. I am sorry for those people who thought I was a hero in my initial post. Please don't let your hatred boil inside you, friends. I almost missed out on something great, and I may still miss out if I'm not careful. This is going to be the only update, unless I come back years from now to tell you all what happened. Best of luck to everyone. OP, I really hope things work out for you, for your daughter, and your new lady, but I think you need to jump into some counseling, both couples counseling and individual, because I think you both have things you need to work on. You need to work on your trust issues with women, which is pretty obvious, and your partner needs to work on her trust issues with you. However, her issues aren't going to get better unless yours do, because you, honestly, are the cause of hers. I hope we do get another update down the road where you let us know that everything's been going well and you're enjoying your time in your new family. Thank you again to OP for posting this update in the ProRevenge subreddit. They are linked in the description down below. Please go check them out. Check out one of these other videos, and if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button for more daily Reddit stories.